My home is in Providence, Rhode Island, which is about an hour south of Boston. 2 weeks ago, several of my friends and neighbors traveled to Boston to compete in the marathon. And when I first learned of these horrific attacks, my thoughts immediately turned to them and their families. Like all Rhode Islanders, I've kept the people of Boston and their loved ones in my thoughts and prayers over the past 2 weeks. It's in moments such as this that words fail to adequately describe the pain we feel in our hearts, our continuing sense of disbelief, and the anger we hold toward those responsible for such a senseless and vicious attack. The actions of these two individuals that demonstrated such a careless disregard for so many lives, some were ended and many more irreversibly changed. These attacks were an attempt to shake the very foundation of our democratic and free society. But after these bombs exploded on a beautiful sunny day in Boston, and we saw the incredible harm caused to so many, we also witnessed the very best of humanity in the courageous actions of the brave men and women who responded to this attack, helped care for the injured, and relentlessly pursued their perpetrators and brought them to justice. We think about those brave police officers and first responders who witnessed these attacks firsthand and instinctively raced towards the source of these blasts so that they could assist the wounded and keep others from harm. We think also about a 26-year-old MIT campus police officer who was murdered as he worked to keep his community safe. We think about an MBTA transit police officer who never hesitated when he answered a call to report immediately to Watertown and continues to fight after sustaining life-threatening injuries trying to apprehend these suspects. Sometimes it takes a tragic event to remind us of the incredible sacrifices our first responders make every single day. And the heroism demonstrated by these men and women in the face of such overwhelming danger helps remind us just how much we owe to those who keep our communities safe in cities and towns all across this country. These attacks were designed to strike fear and intimidate the people of Boston and all Americans. But instead, they brought out the very best that our country has to offer, not just in the actions we saw from men and women in Boston, but in the generosity shown by those who gave blood, donated money, and did everything they could to bring any measure of relief for the victims and their families. I join my colleagues in applauding their service today and ask that all of us remember the responsibility that those of us in the House have to serve our first responders and to continue to keep the families affected by this attack in our thoughts and prayers. I thank the gentlelady for yielding, and I yield back.